G'day folks, Luke Galenzi here again. Not a dad joke this time, by the way. This is actually a more serious video. I'm really interested in sharing this with you. The local food bank has been using our facility here to store their food for their Christmas drive, and it is incredible to see the work of the volunteers, first of all. Calvin, who organized it all, and you got Charlie and Deb and Harry, some of the names I remember. I mean, there's loads of people volunteering, but those are some of the ones that I've met. And they're here all hours of the day on their Sunday afternoon. There's drivers driving all over North Grenville, delivering bags and then going back and picking them up. Fantastic. Kudos to everybody volunteering, seeing kids running around town, picking up the bags. Just a ton of work, but an incredible amount of food in here. And that's beautiful to see. But what I wanted to talk to you about was the effectiveness of it. That pile of food there is meant to, is the Salvation Army's attempt to fill the food bank for the year. And by all estimates and the numbers that we counted, it may last a half a year. There's half as much food as we probably need. And it's an incredible amount of work to bring it all in here. Then they're going to have crews sorting it, putting it on pallets, and then it goes back to the food bank there. It's all hand bombed onto the shelves till people can take part in it. And so it's a lot of movement of food physically. And if you think about the path of a can of soup from the manufacturer to the grocery store into someone's pantry, they drive it home, then they put it in a bag, goes here gets sorted on a pallet, over to the food bank, on the thing, onto a shelf. It's handled a lot of times. And I'd like to just walk you through why I'd like you to donate dollars and cash to the food bank instead of food. And I'll with an extra twist. So if we take an average person making 50 grand a year, and maybe you make more, God bless you, that's fantastic. This is even more true for you if you make more. But let's take, an average of $50,000 a year, a $50,000 salary, put somebody in a marginal tax rate of like 18 to 36%. So we'll call it 25 in the middle. Okay, so you're probably paying about 25% of your pre-tax dollars to the government. So what I want to suggest is that you go to your employer, and if you normally give $100 to the food bank or $250 to the food bank or $50 to the food bank, ask your employer to give $100 to the food bank on your behalf. So it's pre-tax. Take it off your pay. Just reduce your pay. 25% 25% income tax rate means that you've actually only got $75 to spend by the time it gets home. And yes, you get a charitable tax deduction on your taxes, but it's nothing compared to your income tax rate. So you got $75, plus you got to pay, HST on what you're buying. So we're going to subtract that ahead of time. So we're at $66.40 that you have to spend on retail priced food. Retail, probably a 30% markup. I don't own a grocery store, but you got to make about 30% to be able to pay the staff to stock the shelves and inventory and check you out and all that kind of stuff. So in the end, of your $100 that you had, that your boss owed you, you can only go home with $46.48 of it. That's about half as effective as it should be. And if everyone gave $100 instead of giving $100 worth of retail purchased food here, we'd have enough food in the food bank. The other side of it is that we short circuit the whole process of having to collect this food, having to palletize it, having to verify best before dates and get it back on the shelves. If the food bank had a $100 donation, they could call the wholesaler. Now I don't want to tick off all the local grocery stores that get to sell all this food, but they could call Cisco or I don't know, I shouldn't use names, but anyway, these food wholesalers that supply the store and buy it also for 30% less. So we multiply it once again. And the food bank can buy effectively what they need. If mashed potatoes or powdered mashed potatoes are the thing that they go through the most, or bags of rice, or pork and beans, or I don't know, whatever's the most needed at the time, they can go buy at wholesale pricing with money donated that was pre-taxed. Now, I got to have a caveat here. I'm not a financial advisor at all. This is not advice. This is just, what do they say on all the podcasts? This is for entertainment purposes only. But I would like to see this you know, I would like to see the work of these volunteers, these hard-working folks from Kemptville here, from the Salvation Army and other volunteers that are working with them, see their money go further. And when you put your change in the Salvation Army kettle at the stores, I mean, that's what this goes to as well. So that's all fantastic, and I don't take anything away from any of that. I just want to see if a few people make a donation with the pre-tax dollars, I'd like to see how much farther that can go. Anyway, Merry Christmas to everybody. This is fantastic. Keep helping out the food bank. I think it's great. Have a fantastic day. Cheers.